Hello guys, welcome. You are watching the video tutorial of scroll view with auto layout, and in this video tutorial I will show you how to deal with scroll view, like how to give the dynamic constraint to the scroll view. So in this demo I have given the dynamic constraint to the scroll view. So you can see that my storyboard is empty. I mean my view controller is empty. There is no controller on the view on my this view controller. There is no control in this view is empty. I have added all the controls like buttons, labels in this controller dynamically. So this is my storyboard, how it look like. This is empty, and this is my view controller. This is view controller, and all the logics are in this class, and this is the demo how it look like. So this is like a template in which there is on the top there is a title, that is the main title, and then we have the description. We can say this is a subheader, and then the two buttons. These two buttons are covering half of width of the screen. If suppose there is only a one button, let's say call, that will cover the full width of the screen. If there is the both button, then they will be covered half of the width of the screen each. And then this is the another, we can say, the subtitle, and then this is good sub description, and this can be changed dynamically. The content of these labels are dynamic, so this label may be one line or two line or maybe the n number of lines. So thinking in that way, we are going to give the constraint, and then we have here some buttons. These are the buttons. Let me show you. This is the actual demo, I mean the actual output. Okay, so there is the three buttons. Say button, there is button 3, button 4 and button 5. This is the button 1 and button 2, and this 3 button will cover the full width of the screen. And then at the bottom we have the product code and date. We can say this is a expiry date of product. Again, this both label are in one row, that is the labels are covering half of the width of the screen each. Okay, so let's go through the code, and this is the my view did load method, and this is the template, that is at the top the title, then subtitle and sub description, this one. And then we have button 1 and 2 on the same line, that is button 1, that is a call and email. Then we have subtitle 2, this one, and then the description 2, this one, and then button 3, 4 and 5, 3, 4, 5, and then a product code and the date, this one. Okay, so let's go through the code. So this I have set the values statically, so this value may be come from any server or database, etc. Okay, so the view did load method will call the another method, that is the set layout, and in this method I have initialized the scroll view and added on the view. In the same way, I have used the container view on which all the controls like buttons, label are added in the container view, and this container view is the subview of scroll view that is added in the scroll view. So then I have given the constraint to the scroll view and the container view using the visual format language, and this is the comment, and these commented lines are, this is the same code for giving the constraint to the container view and the scroll view. This both codes are equivalent, so you can use the visual format language as well as either visual, I mean you can use both or any one in your business logic. Okay, so let's move further. So first of all, I have checked that if the header is empty, that is the main title. If this is empty, then it will be not added in the container view, on the container view. So if it is not empty, then this is the, I have created a function to just check it is the empty or not. Okay, so this is the method just to configure my label. It will give me the configured label. I am just passing the pointer of, I mean we can say that is a object of a label that is passed, and this will be configured accordingly. And then I have set the text to the label and then added in the container view and given the constraint, that is the leading constraint to the super view, that is the container view. The super view of the header label is the container view because the header is added in the container view. So, and then I have given the top constraint to the container view, and the same way the trailing constraint to the container view for header. Okay, in the same way I have checked that it is the subheader is empty or not. If it is not empty, then configure the label, set the text, and then added in the container view. And then I have created a function, a method that will give the three constraint, that is one is the leading, this one leading, and second one is, okay, one is leading, this one, and then trailing, then this one, and then top constraint, that is the top. Okay, the top constraint is given to the last view, whatever it is a button or label, whatever the top constraint is given to the last view. So now our last view is a scroll, this label, the title label. I have assigned this one, last view is a header view, then given the constraint to the subheader, and now our last view is subheader. Then again I have checked this, the description is empty or not. If not, then in the same way this one, this will be configured and set in the container view, and then it will become our new last view. Okay, and in the same way I have checked this, the if the button 1 label and its value, button's value, if not empty, and button 2 label or button 2 value is empty, it means there is only one button, that is the button 1. Then I have the configured button and then added into the container view, and then set the constraint, and it will be our next, I mean it will be our last view. And again, if button 1 label or button 1's value is empty and button 2 label and button 2 value must not be empty, then it means button 2 need to be added in the container view. So here button is alloc and init, and then set its value like titles, and then configure the button. I have created a method just like to configure the label, and then added in the container view and given the constraint in the same way, these two, the leading constraint, trailing constraint, and the bottom, and the top. And suppose if button 1 label and button 1's value have the value, and button 2 label and button 2 value have the value, it means the both button will be added on the container view. So button 1 will be, button 1 is configured here and then added in the container view, and the button 2 is configured here and then added in the container view. And then this is the constraint given to the both the button, that is this one. First of all, so first of all, the button 1 leading to container view, that is button 1 leading to container view, then trailing for button 2 with the trailing to the container view, that is the button 2 trailing constraint to the container view, and then trailing for button 1 and leading for button 2, that is this is the horizontal space, that is button 2's leading constraint, that is this button's leading equal to trailing of button 1, that is button 1's trailing is of 8 pixel. It means this gap will be a 8 pixel. And then top for both the buttons, that is button 1's top equal to last view's bottom. It means now our last view is this label, then this button's top equal to this label's bottom, and then the equal width for both the buttons, button 1 and button 2, that is button 1 width equal to button 2's width 0 0. It means it will automatically given the equal width to the both of the button. And then at last our last view will be button 1. We can make either button 2 also. Okay, then we have the subheader 2, this one, we can say this is subtitle. Again check that it is empty or not. If it is not empty, then configured it and added in the container view, and then given the constraint and assigned to the last view. Then in the same way for the description 2, I have checked this description 2 is empty or not, and then configured the label and added in the container view given the constraint, and then check for the button 3, this one, to check this button have any label value or the actual value. If yes, then configure the button, added in through the container view, set the constraint and given the height. This is to show the multi-line label on the button, that is the button title may be of multiple line, so that's why I have get the dynamic size of the buttons label. And then check that if the height is greater than 30, we can say that this is the 30 is the default value, just to show. So if the height is increased than 30, then the height is set to the button, that is the button 3. Okay, in the same way check the button 4 label and its value, configure the button, added into the container view, given the constraint, and also check for the button's title whether it is a in 1 line or 2 line label, and accordingly set this height constraint. In the same way I have done for the button 5 also. At last we have the product code and expiry date. So first of all I have checked this, if product code is not empty and the expiry date is empty, it means we need to add the product code in this container view. So I have configured the label, assigned the text, and added into the container view, given the constraint, that is the leading, this constraint leading, trailing, and top, and then assigned to the last view. And if product code is empty and expiry date have the value, then we need to add the expiry date into the container view. So I have configured the label, then set the text, added into the container view, and then assign the constraint, and then assign to the last view. And if product code is not empty and expiry date is also not empty, it means we need to add the both of the buttons in the view. Okay, so I have configured both the labels, assigned the text, added into the container view, and then first of all I have given the leading constraint to the code. This one, this is the code, I mean the code label, this is the leading constraint, and trailing for the expiry date, this one. This is the same constraint that we have given for the both of the buttons for the equal width in the same line. So then the space between both of the labels, that means expiry dates leading equal to codes trailing, that is the expiry dates leading constraint equal to label codes trailing constraint, that is of 8 pixel. And then this is the constraint for the equal width for both of the label, and then the top constraint for both of the label, and then assign it to the last view. And at last we have given the bottom constraint to the last view. This is because the scroll view's content sizes depend on this constraint given to its subview, so we need to make sure that all the constraints should not be break. Okay, so let's do some changes. Let's say I don't want button 3, and let's say button 4. I just want the button for any query, you can call yes sir. And again I don't want the date. Okay, so let's run this. Okay, so you can see here only button, this one is here, and the constraint is also not breaked. And let's rotate this, let's rotate, sorry. Okay, this way. So let's again do some changes. Let's say I don't want the call button. Okay, so delete it and just run. Okay, so there is only one button, that is the email. Okay, so in this way you can give the constraint to the scroll view. You just need to make sure that all the constraints are given to the scroll view proper. If any of the constraint is breaking, then there may be a problem in the scroll view for the scrolling issue. Okay, I hope this will be helpful for you, and thank you for the watching the video. Thank you.